So the topic for my second essay is the role and impact of war and revolution on genocide. I will be focusing on specifically the Armenian and Cambodian genocides. While there are several known and studied factors leading to acts of genocide, it is clear in both Armenia and Cambodia that while war may not have played the most significant role in the onset of victimization, persecution, and deportations, it did play a significant role in the acceleration of genocide. Perpetrators in both Armenia and Cambodia used war and revolution not only as a cover for the crime of genocide, but as a propaganda tool to convince non-targeted groups that their neighbors were political enemies, thereby avoiding any interference from either the international or local communities. Here's a list of sources that I've used, am using in my essay. Most of them are texts that we have used in class. I'm using the Spectre of Genocide. I'm using Fires of Hatred and the Holocaust and Other Genocides. In addition, I'm using a couple of articles on the Cambodian genocide, as well as Robert Melson's Revolution and Genocide on the Origins of the Armenian Genocide and the Holocaust, which was a text used in Dr. Dickerson's from Armenia to Auschwitz course. What I discovered through my research is that while genocide is certainly possible and has occurred outside of conditions of war and revolution, the conditions of war and revolution are significant enough to allow the attempted extermination of entire targeted groups without interference from the international community. War serves as a smokescreen or cover and a distraction, as a nation's preoccupation with war prevents it from seeing or acting upon acts of genocide. In his text, Genocide, A Comprehensive Introduction, Adam Jones says of the Armenian genocide, war catalyzed the onset of mass murder against the Armenians. With regard to Cambodia, he states, the U.S. bombing of the Cambodian rural population was also the most important factor in bringing the genocidal Khmer Rouge to power. From the studies of Jones and others, it is clear that war and revolution play a significant enough role in the acceleration of mass violence leading to genocide that countries at conflict should be watched carefully for the warning signs in an effort to prevent genocide from occurring under the guise of that conflict. I guess for me, the most surprising aspect as I conducted and honestly continue to conduct research for my essay is the arrogance and blatant disregard of both the Committee for Union and Progress in Armenia and the Khmer Rouge in Cambodia. Neither regime seemed to fear international retaliation or consequences. What is even more disheartening is that these leaders were essentially correct in their assessment of other nations and the reaction of other nations to acts of genocide and to the killing of their own citizens. Other nations seem to have total disregard for humanity, while we know that perpetrators have a total disregard for the sanctity of human life. We also see other nations, by ignoring and neglecting the signs of genocide, also showing little to no regard for human life. And war, I think, plays such a big role in that there are soldiers on the battlefield, and we all know that death is a part of war, and that in war people die. And that is used as an excuse to cover or to be a smokescreen for genocide. So that is my essay and the focus for my essay. If you have questions, comments, suggestions, I welcome them. Thanks so much.